Hi there, I'm Katie and I'm a harpist. This is my harp. I play a kind of harp called a folk harp or a lever harp or a Celtic harp, depending on who you ask. It's a bit different from the big harps you might have seen in a symphony orchestra, where those use pedals to change the key of the strings. My harp stays in whatever key I've tuned it to, but I can change the pitch of individual strings using the levers. So if I take a note like this C, and then I pull the lever up, I get a C sharp, which is a lot of fun to play with. So on this harp, I have multiple octaves of strings, and if you notice, and I'll show you up close in a separate little clip in a moment, all of the strings that play a C are red. So if I play all my red strings, I get C's. And if I play my blue strings, I get an F. So on every harp you encounter, the strings are color-coded. And that's very helpful for us harpists to know where to put our hands. So C will always be red, and F will always be either black or blue. It's kind of like the black and white keys on a piano. It just tells you where your hands go. Now, this harp has quite a nice range on it. I have a smaller one that doesn't have quite as many strings, and it only goes to here. This one I can play some pieces that have really low notes and really high notes if I want to. Let me show you how the notes sound on this. So that scale tells you just how deep and how high I can go with this instrument. The other sound you've probably heard that's a harp before, the sound most people associate with harps, is something we call a glissando, which is an Italian word. And that is that characteristic harp effect. And it sounds something like this. And the glissando is one of the fun things about being a harpist. The other fun thing I can do with harp is I can play chords, just like you would with any other instrument like a piano where you can play more than one note at once. Which is also a lot of fun. The music that's written for harp is written a lot like music for piano, where you've got one staff that shows you what your right hand is doing, and one staff that shows you what your left hand is doing. And most of the time, my left hand does the lower strings, and my right hand does the higher ones. The way that a harp works is that the vibration from the string, and I'll play one of these low ones so you can see it. So the string vibrates when I pluck it, and that sound travels into the sound box where it vibrates and echoes out into the room. I can get some pretty loud sounds on this. It's a lot of fun. I have been playing this instrument since I was 14 or 15, and I've played with concerts, with singers. I also just play a lot for myself. So the first little song I'm going to play for you is something that you may know. You can tell your teacher if you recognize it. And it goes like this. That's a classic. And the fun thing with playing harp is that I can play just about any kind of music. So, as long as I can divide it up into 2 hands and however many, and 8 notes, that's as many as I can play at a time, I can get some pretty fun things. So the first song I'm going to play for you is a bit of a classical piece. It's from the New World Symphony by Anton Dvorak. And it goes like this. This includes chords, which is when I pluck multiple strings at the same time. My left hand is going to be doing the chords, and my right hand is going to be playing the melody. See if you can follow along with what my hands are doing. So there's that. And harp works very well in classical music. It also works very well in folk music. And with folk harps, there's a lot of songs that have been arranged for them that come from the British Isles. So Ireland, Scotland, Wales, all of that area, that's where this harp comes from, broadly. And one of the reasons I got into this is because it was part of my heritage. One of the greatest harpists of all time was a gentleman named Turlough O'Carolan, and he was blind and picked up this instrument and became one of the best harpers ever to have existed. And he wrote a lot of songs called playing steeds, which were kind of in honor of different people. And my absolute favorite song to play on this thing is a song that he wrote, or arranged at least. And it is a lot of fun to play. It always reminds me of a bunch of kittens scampering after a ball of yarn, and it's a brisk, upbeat little thing, and that's the song I'm going to leave you with, so enjoy. I know I really love this song. And in this one, there aren't chords, but my left hand will be playing along a few notes to sort of make a chord with one of the notes that my right hand is playing. Here we go. And I love playing this instrument. And if it's something that interests you, I know you can find a way to learn. But whatever you do, enjoy your music and have a great rest of your day. Bye.